Hey guys, Deju22 here, and welcome to the first of two main event matches other than or actually if you include the Money in the Bank ladder match itself, I guess you can call it a triple main event, but it's the second of said triple main event, and we will dispense with the preliminaries and just get right down to the match. But before we do that, we have the current heavyweight champion of the world Wrestling Federation champion, The Undertaker, who won the title in a ladder match, a triple threat ladder match that also involved Bowser, but Undertaker won the match. Now, he was supposed to have a match with Kane and team up with Kane to take on the Road Warriors, but the Road Warriors missed their flight, and I mentioned that before, but instead, Undertaker's going to have to focus on the task at hand, and that is defending the World Wrestling Federation Championship against the former champion, the British Bulldog, who is dead set, no pun intended, to take the championship back from The Undertaker. And this match is a first blood match. The rules are very simple. The way to win is to make your opponent bleed. And anything else, the match will just continue. So, with that in mind, let's begin. Alright, we're off. And a DDT onto The Undertaker to begin the matchup. So, as I mentioned before, you have to make your opponent bleed. Anything less than that, and the match will continue. And there is a 1 hour time limit, so in the unlikely event that we go that long and we don't have a winner, well then of course the title will be vacated. Enough said. And Undertaker, takes down, Well, now he goes for a single leg Boston Crab, but you can't win the match that way. I mean, you can make the British Bulldog, excuse me, I had something in my mouth. You can make the British Bulldog tap out all you want, but that's not going to get the job done. Whipped into the corner is the British Bulldog. Whipped into the ropes. And an arm breaker to The Undertaker. That rhymed, but I wasn't trying to rhyme though. And another arm breaker to The Undertaker. A kick and a punch right to the left arm of The Undertaker. Now I will say that against most people, the British Bulldog is the bigger man, but not against The Undertaker, though. I mean, Undertaker's a little bigger. Like, he's a little bit taller, and he weighs just a little more. Just a little more, not too much. But otherwise, these guys, you know, these two men are big and strong enough to take each other on, and they can both fight, and that's exactly what you're going to need in order to compete in a match where you have to make your opponent bleed. And another kick and another punch to the left arm of The Undertaker. I guess he's focusing on the arm. Not that it's going to help him win, but if it helps soften him up just a little bit, I guess it can work. I'm not sure, but I mean, he's targeting the left arm, but an atomic drop onto the British Bulldog and a clothesline to the British Bulldog, although the British Bulldog got up though. And another arm breaker to The Undertaker, then an elbow drop, and then he picks him up. A back elbow to the British Bulldog. Whipped into the corner is The Undertaker. Then an elbow right to the knee of the British Bulldog. whipped into, a DDT onto the British Bulldog. Ooh, then an elbow right to the head by the Undertaker. Then a back elbow onto the British Bulldog. Then an arm breaker again to the Undertaker. Then a whip into the corner is the British Bulldog. But Undertaker, with those strikes, can just put you down really quickly. And wait a minute. A snake eyes. That's what he calls picking somebody up and then dropping them into the turnbuckle. That's what he calls it, snake eyes. I mean, it's a slow-paced match than what we've had thus far, but with so much at stake, if you know, it's like they say, fools rush in. If that happens, then the one who doesn't is the one that ends up the winner. So, yeah, this is a slow but careful, steady pace is what I'm trying to get at. And now the Undertaker's dismantling the table. I mean, this match can go anywhere, folks. It doesn't have to be in the ring. Although, to be fair, I believe it's more dangerous on the outside than it is on the inside, as the British Bulldog gets tripped onto those steps. And the British Bulldog, a Russian leg sweep, how unapropos. I mean, he's a Briton. Like, how do I say this? Well, whipped into the steps, but I was going to say a Russian leg sweep by a British person, that does not happen very often, but oh well, take what you can. Oh, then whipped into the steps again is the British Bulldog. And whip back in the ring is the British Bulldog. So now the match continues in the ring. Oh, but the British Bulldog gets sent over the top rope and onto the floor again. And back in the ring they go. Whipped into the corner is the Undertaker. And now what's Davey Boy Smith gonna do? Well, Undertaker, a diving clothesline onto the British Bulldog. I mean, you don't see a man the size of the Undertaker go to the top rope that often, but when he does, he makes it count. And that's what makes Undertaker a very dangerous man. Because Undertaker can fly, he can do a little bit of everything, and he can do it well. I mean, if you're the British Bulldog, you really got to be very careful against the Undertaker, because Undertaker does not make a lot of mistakes. And likewise, you should not make a mistake against the Undertaker if you are unfortunate enough to have a match with him. Thrown over the top rope is the Undertaker. I mean, these guys have taken so much out of each other already. And uh-oh, this is not good. This is not good if you're the British Bulldog, though. And, Undertaker, what the hell are you doing? Uh-oh. This is not good. Look at this. Oh my, no! 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 tombstone pile driver right through the table, and the British Bulldog has been busted open by the tombstone pile driver through the table, and Davey Boy is hurt. I mean, so is the Undertaker, but the British Bulldog was pile driven right through the table. It busted him open, and now he's going to need some medical attention, but the winner, and still the World Wrestling Federation champion, is the Undertaker, and the British Bulldog just could not get up, and I can tell you from experience, it hurts. I mean, having all that blood you lose just pour out of you, it's not a good feeling, I'm telling you. But the Undertaker is still the champion. But up next is the match that you'll see what it is in just a moment. So I'll explain it on the next match, okay? All right, stay tuned. We have one more match yet to come.